Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Ben Jones from Batler from Bronson Coffee Roasters, doing another live Facebook video. I'm gonna give a few moments here for everyone to meet up. Um, Happy Friday! Quick little video introduction here. Happy Friday! It's the 17th of April. Coming live at 9 a.m. out here on the Pacific Coast, noon if you're back east. So happy lunchtime. Today, I want to look at Chemex filters, but a little bit different. We'll give a few more moments here for a few other people to join. This is good stuff. We're going to make a cup of coffee, and I'm really excited because we do a lot of kind of serious, kind of fun videos, kind of try to have fun with some serious things. Very, very serious, making coffee. This is just a fun day today. We're just going to play with coffee. We're going to do some what I call floating filters. We often focus a lot on the brewer itself, but even the inventor of the Chemex, Dr. Peter Schlumbaum himself, he said that if we could figure out how to properly filter coffee, it will be delicious. He didn't say, if I can create this beautiful brewer, it'll give us delicious coffee. He insisted that the key is in filtration. So let's go ahead and remove our Chemex from this equation. We're going to keep the Chemex filter though. And every now and again, you see somebody getting real, it's kind of fun. You would take a V60 and just put your Chemex filter in there. That's one way to get rid of your Chemex. I don't advocate getting rid of Chemex. And if you want a V60 filter, that's great, fine. But I'm talking about, let's just get rid of that brewer altogether. So, last night, during arts and crafts time, I took a Chemex filter. And if you're not familiar with these, it's just a sheet of thick, kind of like blotter paper. This was laboratory filter that he had in his lab. Fold it in half again, and if you grab one of your tabs, it'll open, giving you a pouch. We have 3 sides thick here, 1 side thick over there, and it holds the coffee. Anyway, what I did last night, I took the filter, took a paper clip, and I just clipped that onto the edge of the filter. Then I rolled it back onto itself a few times. Then I took a clip and just clipped the paper clip there. I went ahead and did that all the way around, tied some fishing line to it, so that we have a coffee filter just suspended without the brewer. This is a much more elegant and beautiful setup. If I talk into here, it's kind of echoey. It's Friday, I'm sorry. The Chemex is beautiful. It's much more simple. I'm not going to advocate doing this all the time. It took way too long. The fishing line, I don't know. But we're going to try it and see what it does. A little loop. I rigged up a hanging system. So now we have our floating filter, which we could also call pendulum coffee. Good morning, Rusty. Thank you for joining. What we're making today is floating filters with the Chemex filter. I'm going to call it pendulum coffee just because it's penduluming. Morning, Chandler. All right, so again, today is just a fun day, just to play around a little bit. Step 1 is always pre-rinse your filter. We want to pre-rinse so that we can wash out all those paper flavors. It's a little bit messy, which again is why this little bit comes in really handy. All right, the reason we rinse the filters to get that paper taste out. If you're curious, taste your water. I'm not going to do it. It tastes like paper bags. I don't like that. Set that aside. Put our new decanter down. All right, I ground up 42 grams of the Colombia Las Brisas. It's typically for Chemex, I'm going to grind on the coarse side. This is much finer because I'm not going to have the contact of the glass. Yes, Chandler, rinse the countertop too. All right, I was going to add this in here. Give it a little shake to level it. And pull it off my hanging system. There we are. All right, let's try to get that to mellow out a little. This is ridiculous and silly. So much easier if you just get yourself a Chemex or a little Melita filter dripper. All right, let's see how this does with coffee. So I put in just enough to get it to bloom. We're gonna let that water soak into the coffee there. I think I'm gonna pull you down off the phone stand and let you see what I'm doing. And we'll just flip that around. All right, so not the prettiest way to brew. In a pinch, it'll work. Here's the kicker. I'm gonna have to do this without using a scale. That's okay because scales are helpful tools. You know what else is a helpful tool? An actual Chemex and not a bunch of fishing line and binder clips. All right. Like I said, we're just having fun today. It's a silly way to brew coffee, but it's going to be a cup of coffee. This is that Colombia Las Brisas. Yes, no scales, Chandler. It's possible. All right, I'm going to flip this back around and give it back to you. I think I'm getting in the way of the connectivity. So I'm not using a scale, but I know that on this little decanter, if I get my coffee right up there below the top of that, the bottom piece of the top part of the handle, I know that that's enough beverage. So I'm just adding water slowly to my grounds up top, trying to keep what I have up here nice and consistent. Some people, and you do have the option of weighing out your water in your kettle before you start. I like to use a kettle full of hot water only because I'm out here in my workshop and it's cold. So if I have just the 700 grams of water that I want, it's going to cool off pretty quick here in my shop. And that's just from my experience. Once summertime rolls around and it starts being warm in here, I'll absolutely weigh out my 700 gram dose in there first. Every now and again, I see this thing where people take their scale and they'll be weighing what's getting caught in the vessel. And that does tell us something, but all that tells us is that I have 576 grams of water, coffee now in that, but it doesn't tell me anything about what's being brewed up here. Also, when you've done this, I don't know, so many times, you get real used to just kind of gauging. There's that difference between precision, consistency, and accuracy. This is just going to be a nice, good, get me going cup of coffee. If I was brewing this because I want to be real precious about it, I could totally use scales. Also, the scales do help me just kind of make life easy. Anyway, just use some good coffee. All right. So again, this little method kind of fun. It's kind of, something different. Get that filter floating, suspended up in the air. Maybe if you're in a pinch somewhere. Not gonna be my everyday brewing method, I'll tell you that. Big fan here. Big fan there. That Colombia Las Presas, that's what I'm sipping on today. I know that right now, while everything is on COVID lockdown, we're doing some different promos. If you enter in coupon code WATCHANDLEARN10 with the number 10, we have a 10% discount for folks watching the live video. Orders $30 and over ship free. Also, if you don't have a Chemex and you want to avoid stringing up your filters, if you buy any brewing device, you also can get a discount on a bag of our Dancing Goats blend. Batdorfcoffee.com. Good fun place to go get some coffees. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna do a little sip on that. All right. Really fun thing last night. When I was sitting there getting all this stuff rigged up to suspend my pendulum, I had myself a nice little cup of coffee. That was what, about probably 9 o'clock, 9:30 last night. Not just because I work for them, but because our decaf is amazing. The Swiss water decaf, can't get enough of that. A 9:30 cup of coffee when you're just sitting at your desk working is a beautiful thing. Thank you all for joining today. Completely impractical. Don't know if I'll ever do this again outside of, a fun little video promo. Try it out just because it's kind of suspendulum. That's great. Leave it to Eric to catch that. So it was fun. Shows us the impact that filtration can have. However, notice that collapse in geometry. This kind of turned into like a square situation. If I could have found some kind of ring to put around that and held it by the ring, that would have been a different situation. So, it's Schrodinger's box, right? You can't tweak the method without drastically ruining what the filter does. But what I'll tell you for sure is I have a good cup of coffee. I had some silly fun, and I think that's what we all need right now. So this kind of falls under the improv brew, so hashtag improv brew. I'm gonna sit and sip on this for a little while now. So Good morning, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you next time.